to read a couple pieces of out of this little book. It's really a cool book. It's called Safe in Heaven Dead. And it's basically a collection of interviews, really, that Jack did in the 60s that were really only published here. And I love this one because he talks about his friends. He talks about, where all this stuff came from. And David, I'd love to have you just join him. He says, he's being interviewed, and somebody asked him about his friends. He says, Alan is the sweetest man in the world. You see, I met Alan at Columbia. In walks Ginsberg, 16 years old, a freshman, with his ears sticking out at the time. The first thing he said to me was, discretion is the better part of valor. Well, Ginsberg really began to develop and became a hipster. And then there's this great figure we hear about, this great figure from St. Louis, Bill Burroughs. We started forming a circle around Burroughs. Well, he's a writer too. He wants to be considered a big, violent Hemingway, but actually has timid blue eyes behind glasses. And then there was Herbert Huncke. He's the greatest storyteller I've ever known. Huncke was the first to say, beat generation, beat. We learned the word from him. To me, it meant being poor, like sleeping in the subways, like Huncke used to do, and yet being illuminated and having illuminated ideas about apocalypse and all of that. And then Neil, he's more like Dostoevsky than anybody I've ever known. He looks like Dostoevsky, he gambles like Dostoevsky, he regards sex like Dostoevsky, he writes like Dostoevsky. I got my rhythm from Neil. Neil is a great Midwest pool room saint. Neil Cassidy and I, we love each other greatly. He's written beautifully. He's written a better thing than I could ever have written. In my opinion, he's the most intelligent man I've ever met in my life. Neil, he's a Jesuit, by the way. He used to sing in the choir. He was a choir boy in the Catholic churches of Denver. And he taught me everything that I now do believe about anything, that there may be to be believed about divinity. Every time he comes to see me, I can't get a word in edgewise.